Welcome to my channel for comprehensive tutorials on fundamental principles to complex problems. I'll cover it all. Feel free to share, subscribe for more contents. Thank you. Hello everyone. Here we are. We have reached exercise 2b. This is the last exercise of this chapter, a very extremely long chapter in which 34 exercises are discussed. I started from exercise 5 because exercise 1, 2, 3, and 4 included very basics. So this is why I omitted that one and I started from exercise 5 till exercise 34. And after that, it was a mixed questions from the whole topic of Algebra 1. And this is the last exercise of this book. Now in here you can find this exercise on page 100, 101 and 102. So this is completely solved. In case if you don't have this textbook with you, you can ask me on WhatsApp. I will provide you this book in the PDF format. Moving on to question number 1. In here, this question appeared in 2006 paper 2, and this was question number 2. Now in here, this is a 1 mark question. In here you have fractions. So as soon as you see fraction or algebraic fractions, the most important thing is that you should look at the denominators 3, 6 and 2. So LCM of 3, 6 and 2 is a 6. So the best way is to write these fractions with a little space between them, and something like this: 5 over 6 equals x over 2. So LCM of 2, 3, 6 and 2 is a 6. So I multiply everything by 6 like this. Now in here, these two are going to be cancelled and you'll get 2 here. These two are going to be cancelled altogether, and this is going to give us a 3. So finally what we'll have is 4 plus 5 equals 3x. That means 3x equals 9, and x is equals to a 3 because 9 divided by 3 is going to give us a 3. Moving on to part B of it. In the very first instance, most of the students, what they did was they understood 5 over 3 plus 3 over y, but it is wrong. 5 over 3 is getting divided by 3 over y equals 40 over 9. Now the opposite of divide is a multiply. So what I will do is I will get the reciprocal of 3 over y is y over 3 equals 40 over 9. This gives us 5y over 3 and 40 over 9. So 9 times 5 is going to give us a 45y, and 3 times 40 is going to give us 120. And when 120 is divided by, this is a 40 and this is a 9, there's a problem. So 9 times 40 is going to give us a 360. So I will write a 360 here. Now divided by 45. So this gives us y equals 8. This is the final answer for this question. Moving on to question number 2. As soon as you see simultaneous equation, so best is to eliminate x. So here we are multiplying first equation by 3 and second equation by 4. So ultimately this is going to give us a 12x plus 3y. 3 times 17 is giving us a 51, and 4 times 3 is a 12x, and minus 8y equals 40. Subtracting second equation from the first one, changing the sign, never forget this, and 3 plus 8 is going to give us 11y, and 51 minus 40 is going to give us 11. So this is going to be y equals 11 divided by 11 is going to give us a 1. So this is the value of y. Now we can substitute this in any equation we feel like. 4x plus y equals 17, and in here in place of y I will write a 1 only. So this gives us 4x equals 17 minus 1 is going to give us a 4x equals a 16. So x is going to be a 4 only. So the value of x is a 4 and y is 1. This is going to be your answer for question number 2. Moving on to question number 3. In here, this is a pretty simple one. I will just write 2x over 3, and this minus 9 will go to the other side and becomes a positive 9, and 2x is going to be equals to 3 times 9 is 27. So final answer is going to be 13.5 as an answer for this question. Moving down below for part B, this is going to be x square, because 4 times 1 is a 4, and minus 4x plus x minus 4 is going to be the split of minus 3. X is common in first and second. We have done many times. X minus 4 copied down as it is without a change, and plus 1 will come here. So x plus 1 is going to be in one bracket, and the other bracket contains x minus 4 equals 0. So x plus 1 equals 0 and x minus 4 equals 0. That means the value of x is going to be negative 1 and x is a positive 4. This is the answer for part B. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 4. In here, as x values are in decimal, so I will go for eliminating y. I will multiply this equation by 5 and this equation by 2. So this is going to give us a 2x plus 5 times 2 is a 10y. This is giving us a 50, and this is going to give us a 0.6 x, and 2 times 5 is a 10 y, and 18 times 2 is going to give us a 36. Subtracting this, changing the sign, and this is going to give us a 1.4x. This is going to be cancelled, and this is going to give us a 14. So x will be equals to 14 divided by 1.4. Ultimately, this is going to give us a 10. So the value of x is 10. I can put this in any equation I feel like. I'm using this equation. The value of x is a 10. So in place of x, I will write 10, and 10y equals 50. That means 10y equals 50 minus 20, because 10 times 2 is a 20. So 10y equals a 30, and y equals 30 over 10. 0 cancel, and y value is going to be a 3. Now moving on to the next question, which is question number 5. In here, I can say that I can write this in the form of x plus p whole square plus q. So what we'll do is we expand x plus p whole square. So if I write this in the form of x plus p whole square, if I expand this, this is going to give us x square plus 2xp and plus p square, and then I will write plus q. This is the way of writing it in this form. Now, since 2p equals 4, as I can see that 2p equals 4, so p will be equals to 2. Now substituting this 2 into the equation, p square, this this is going to be 2. That means 2 square plus q is going to be negative 8. That means q equals minus 8 minus 4. The value of q is going to be negative 12. So both the values are found, p and q both. When it comes to question number 6, in here, the first question asked is write down an expression for the area of rectangle R. So once 4x is multiplied by 4x is multiplied by x plus 4, this gives an expression for the area of a rectangle R. Now in part 2, it says Show that the total area of rectangle R and Q is 5x square plus 30x plus 24. We need to prove that when the area of R and added to area of Q is equals to this expression. Let's see how do we do this. First of all, 4x multiplied by x plus 4 is the area of R. This added to the area of Q, which is x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 12. Now in here what happens is the first one gives us 4x square plus 16x. Now once we have 4x square plus 16x, we know that we have to multiply these two guys. So I will keep this within the curly bracket. X plus 12 first, and then x plus 12 once again will be multiplied by plus 2. So first we'll solve within the bracket itself. I'll keep this one little away, and I will wait for the answer that we get in the bracket itself. X square plus 12x and plus 2x plus 24 is inside the bracket, and once again I will write the same thing, and in the bracket we have x square plus 14x plus 24. Now we open the bracket, it gives us 4x square plus 16x plus x plus 14x plus 24. Now 4x square and 1x square is going to give us a 5x square, and plus 16x plus 14x and plus 24. That means 5x square plus 30x plus 24 is the total area of P, area of Q and R boxes. Hence proved that this one is equals to this one, and that means we get 1 mark for doing this. Next come the total area of a rectangle R and Q is 64. Calculate the value of x correct to one decimal place. Now that means this is the total area of uh, P and Q boxes. So I will write the same thing over here. I will write 5x square plus 30x plus 24, which is the total area of both the boxes, 40, 24 equals 64, which is given over here. And now we find out the value of x. This gives us 5x square plus 30x and plus 24 minus 64 equals 0. That means 5x square plus 30x and plus 64 and 24 is going to give us a 40 minus 40 equals 0. Now we know very well that we can divide the whole thing by 5. Once we divide the whole thing by 5, we get x square plus 6x and minus 5 times 8 is a 40 equals 0. Now in here, I know very well I cannot factorize this, so I will use quadratic formula. A equals 1, B equals 6, and C equals negative 8. I will use quadratic formula that says minus B plus minus under root B square, which is 6 square, minus 4, A is 1, and C is negative 8 over 2 times A, which is 1, so I will write 2 only. And this gives us minus 6 plus minus under root. This gives you a 36, and minus minus is a plus. 4 times 8 is a 32 over 2. Now this gives us 68, minus 6 plus minus under root 68 over 2. And 68 under root value, once you find out in the calculator, it's going to give you plus 5, 8.25. Once I will write with plus, and once I will write with minus 8.25 divided by 2 and divided by 2. So this is going to give us negative 2.25 divided by 2, and this is going to give us 14.25 divided by 2. This gives us, this is going to be a positive. So once 2.25 is divided by 2, it's going to give us 1.13, and this is giving us negative 7.13. This is not acceptable. Negative values in the length cannot be accepted. So positive 1.13. So we can write 1.1 as an answer for this question. Moving on to part, okay, there's no other part. Moving on to question number 7 now. In here it says we need to factorize this. So I can factorize this very easily. X square, because 5 times 4 is a 20, and minus 5x plus 1x minus 20. So x is common in both of them, x minus 5, and x minus 5 will be written here, and plus 1, that means x plus 1, and x minus 5 are the two factors for this question. And these are the two factors. Now solve the equation. We have to find out the value. That means x plus 1, this is going to be, actually this is plus 4. I should write a plus 4 plus 4x minus 20. That means this is going to give us a plus 4 and x plus 4. So x plus 4 and x minus 5 are the two factors. So x plus 4 equals 0 and x minus 5 also equal to 0. That means x equals to negative 4 and x equals positive 5. These are the two values of x. This is a 1 mark question. Moving on to, we need to find out this correct to two decimal places. So that means in here we are going to find out the value of a is 3, b is negative 2, and c is also negative 2. We use quadratic formula for this. In here minus b is a negative 2, plus minus under root b square is a negative 2 square, minus 4a, a is a 3, and c is negative 2 divided by 2 times a, which is a 3. So finally what we'll have is a 2 plus minus under root. This gives us 4 plus 24 over 6. This finally gives us 2 plus minus under root 28 over 6, and under root 28 is going to give us 2 plus 5.29 over 6, and 2 minus 5.29 over 6. These two are the values. So first one is going to give us a 7.29 divided by 6, and this gives us minus 3.29 divided by 6. So first part is going to give us 1.22 and negative 0.55 as an answer for this question. These are the two values of x. Moving on to part C, it says to factorize y equals m square minus 4n square. Factorize m square minus 4n square. So the best is that this is the difference of squares. So this should be considered as a. This should be considered, this whole 4n is considered as b. So this is a minus b whole square formula. So I will write m plus 2n and m minus 2n is going to factorization of this expression. Now moving on to part 2, it says find the value of y when m equals 4.4 and n equals 2.8. So y equals m is 4.4 square minus 4 times n is 2.8 square. So 4.4 square is going to give us 19.3 and 36 to be precise, and 4 times 7.84. So this is going to give us negative 31.36. So final answer is going to be negative 12. So y is equals to negative 12 is the answer, and that's a 1 mark question. Now it says m equals 2x plus 3 and y n equals. So this has to be found out. Find y in terms of x in its simplest form. So the formula what we have is y equals m square minus 4n, y equals m square minus 4n square, m square minus 4n square. That means the value of m is 2x plus 3 square minus 4 times n value is x minus 1 square. So I'll be using a plus b whole square formula. So this is going to be give us as a square plus 2 times a b and plus b square. Now comes minus 4. This gives us a square minus 2ab plus b square. So simplifying this one is going to give us 4x square plus 2 times 2 is a 4, 4 times 3 is a 12, 12x plus 9 minus 4x square, minus minus is a plus, 4 times 2 is a 8x, and minus 4 plus 1 is going to give us negative 4. So this is going to give us 4 square, these two are going to be cancelled, and 12x and plus 8x is going to give us 20x. Y equals 20x plus 5 is the answer for this part of the question. Now in here we need to make n subject. So what I will do is I will bring 4n square, negative 4n square onto this side, and take m square minus y on the other side, and n square is equals to m square minus y over 4, and n value is going to be under root m square minus y over 4, and this is the answer for part 4. Moving on to part D, it says that m power 4 minus 16 n power 4 can be written in the form of a plus b and a minus b whole square. So write down the value of k. So value of k is actually this they are talking about. Minus 16, how do we get minus 16? By having plus minus 4. That means 2 are the value plus 4 and minus 4. These two are the answers for this part of the question. Moving on to this one, it says m power 4 n. In here, I am going to take n outside. So the remaining is going to be m power 4 and minus 16 n power 4. This is the difference of square. So I can write here m square minus 4 n square plus, and once I will write minus 4n square. As you can see, whole thing is also this whole thing is again a difference of square. So I will write n equals m square plus 4n square, 4n square, and this is going to be m plus 2n and m minus 2n. Again, factorize, double factorization. This is going to be the answer for this part of the question. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 8. That you can see here, it involves a triangle and the lengths are given in algebraic expressions. So first of all, we need to prove that the area of a triangle is x square plus 5x minus 36. Let's see how it works. Now we know very well that the area of this triangle is going to be half base into height. So for that we are going to be solving as first of all we find out the base. Base is how much? Base is equals to x plus 6 and x plus 2. X plus 6 and x plus 2, when they add it together it becomes base, so 2x plus 8 is the length of the whole base. Height is x plus 1, HEI, height equals x plus 1, so half base is 2x plus 1, 2x plus 8, and height is x plus 1, which is equals to 40, which is given over here. So that means area is already given here, 40. So the best part is I take this 2 on the other side and multiply 40 by 2 to give us 80. This I will write two different times. X plus 1 I will write two times, and I will multiply by 2x, and then I will multiply by 8. So 80 equals to 2x square plus 2x plus 8x plus 8. This gives us 8 equals 2x square plus 10x plus 8. So finally it gives us 2x square plus 10x plus 8 and minus 80. So this gives us 2x square plus 10x and minus 76, 72. When dividing the whole thing by 2, it's going to give us x square plus 5x minus 36, which is required one. As you can see, we have found out. So we have proved that the area of a triangle is this much. So you get 3 marks for working out this. Now we need to find out this solution, solving this equation. This equation they are talking about in part 2. So x square plus 5x minus 36. I know very well that 9 times 4 is a 36. So I will write x square plus 9x minus 4x minus 36 equals 0. So finally what I will get is x plus 9, x plus 9 once copied again, and minus 4 will be here. So x minus 4 and x plus 9 are the two factors to give this expression. That means x equals 4 and x equals negative 9. Negative 9 is not acceptable, so the value of x is a 4. Now they need to know calculate the length of BC. BC is the hypotenuse. If you see this triangle they are talking about. So in here, I know very well using Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem says that BC is equals to x plus 2 square plus x plus 1 square. So we can find out very easily that once we know very well that this is equals to 10, this is equals to 4. So 4 plus 6 is going to be 10. So distance of AD is 10, and DC is 4 plus 2 6. So this whole thing is 6. This is equals to 6, and this is equals to 5. Height is 5. This is 6. So I will write, instead of doing this part, what we can say that BC is equals to BC square equals 6 square plus 5 square give us 36 plus 25. So this is going to give us 61. BC square equals 61. So the length of BC is going to be under root 61. Now moving on to the length of BC is under root 61. Now comes part B. Now question number 8, part B has 4 parts. So in the first part, B part says Amira takes 9 hours 25 minutes to complete a walk. Show that the time now 9 hours and 25 minutes can be written in the form of 1 over the 113 over 12 hours. Now we know very well that 25 is a part of 60 minutes. Okay, so reducing this one is going to give us 5 over 12. Now keep this in mind, 5 over 12 and 9 hours. 9 plus 5 over 12. We know very well that this is a 9 over 1. So multiplying this by 12, this by 12 and this by 1 and this by 1. So this gives us 108 over 12 plus 5 over 12, and when we add them together it gives us 113 over 12. So this is proved that 9 hours 25 minutes can be written in this form. This is the 1 mark question. Moving on to second part, it says she walks 3y plus 2 kilometers at 3 kilometers per hour, and then further y plus 4 kilometers in 2 kilometers per hour. So there are two sections. So I divide this in the first part of the walk. First part of the walk considered as 3y plus 2 kilometers at 3 kilometers per hour, and I can write this as 3y plus 2 over 3. This is the first part. When it comes to second part I can write as y plus 4 over 2, because it's covered at 2 kilometers per hour. So these are the two things that we need to total time. So now total time, when we need to find out, we are going to add these two, 3y plus 2 over 3 plus y plus 4 over 2. So once we know very well, whenever there's a fraction, we multiply this by an LCM, or we can cross multiply this and we say 3y plus 2 is multiplied by 2 and y plus 4 is multiplied by 3, like this. And down below as a denominator we will write 6. So this gives us 6y plus 4 and 3y plus 12 over 6. This gives us 6y, and 3y gives us 9y and plus 16 over 6. So as you can see, this is equals to this. So it is proved. Now comes third part. It says this is equals to this. So we need to solve this. We are going to cross multiply 9y plus 16 and 6 times 113. So this gives us 12 times 9 gives us, or the best part is, as I told you before also, we are going to multiply both the things. I just copy this down for the sake of convenience and I give a little space. Now in here I multiply both the things by 12, something like this. So this is cancelled, and 6 times 1 and 6 times 2 is 12. So I will write 2 9y plus 16 equals 113. So 2 times 9 is going to give us 18y. 2 times 16 is going to give us a 32 equals 113. So 18y equals 113 minus 32, and y will be equals to 113 minus 32 is going to give us 81, and This is 18. So y equals 81 divided by 18. It's going to give us 4.5. Since we know the value of y, we need to calculate Amra's average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole walk. So in here we know very well that 3y plus 2 is the first one. 3y plus 2 is the first one, and in second part it is y plus 4. So we know the value of y, so 3 times 4.5 plus 2 is the first part, and 4.5 plus 4 is the second part. So in here this is going to be giving us 13.5 plus 2, and this is 8.5 kilometers, and this is also in kilometers. So when we add them together, and the total time taken is 113 over 12. So average speed, how do we find out average speed? We can find by total distance divided by total time. So the total distance is 24, and divided by time taken, or we can write this in this way, that 24 is the total distance, and this divided by total time, which is 113 by 12. So swapping this 12 over 113, this gives us 12 times 24 is going to give us a 288 divided by 113. So speed is going to be 2.55 kilometers per hour. That's the average speed. Now comes question number 9. In here we need to remove the brackets and simplify. In this here, first we are going to solve x minus 3 whole square. This is going to give us x square minus 6x plus 9. First bracket will be solved like this and will be multiplied by 3x plus 1. I will write x square minus 6x plus 9 two different times. X square minus 6x plus 9 two different times. First I multiply by 3x, and then I will multiply by plus 1. So first part is going to give us 3x square minus 18x plus 3 times 9 is a 27, and the second bracket is going to give us x square minus 6x and plus 9, and 3x and one more x is going to give us 4x square, 3x square, 3x cube it is. So finally we will get 3x cube minus 18x square, and plus 1 square, and then we have 27x, and then we have minus 6x and plus 9. So finally we'll have 3x cube minus 17x square plus 21x and plus 9. This is going to be the answer for the first part. Now in the second part it says, hence or otherwise simplify the second part. So this is the answer for the first part. Now it says you need to subtract this from the product of this one. The product of this one is already this 3x cube minus 17x. So what I will do is I will just bring this a little down, making a copy of this instead of doing it once again. So this is, when multiplied together, gives us this. And we now just need to subtract this from x square plus 2x, 4x actually, 4x plus 2 square is a 4. So we are going to subtract this from the product. So this is going to be giving us 3x cube minus 17x square minus x square and plus 21x and plus 9 minus 4. So finally it's going to give us 3x cube minus 18x square and plus 30 plus 17 minus plus minus. So this gives us 17x and plus 5. This is going to be the answer for this part of the question. Now comes what we have done in the last, very last exercise. In here, we know the value of y, and 2y equals x plus 2. That means y is equals to x plus 2 over 2. This is the value of y, and the value of y equals x square minus x minus 2. And I will copy this down once again for the sake of easiness. Now this is the value of y. Now I will write the value of y instead of y. So x plus 2 over 2 equals x square minus x. I will remove this from here. And now minus x minus 2. Now this 2 is dividing. Other side it will go and multiply. So 2x square minus x minus 2. So this gives us x plus 2 equals 2x square minus 2x minus 4. That means 2x square and minus 2x and minus x minus 4 minus 2. It's give us 2x square minus 3x and minus 6. So once we get this, we can divide the whole thing by 2. So I will get, or I can do it the same way. A equals 2, B equals negative 3, and C equals negative 6. I will write minus B plus minus under root b square means minus 3 square minus 4. A is a 2, C is negative 6 over 2a, which is 2. So multiply by 2. This gives us 3 plus minus under root 9 plus 48 over 4. 48 plus 9 is going to give us 57 over 4. These steps are very important to write so that examiner need to know how did you get to the answer. And 57 under root is going to give us 7.55. 7.55. This is the value of under root 57. So I will write 3 plus 7.55 over 4 and 3 minus 7.55 over 4. When these added together, this gives us 10.55 divided by 4, and this gives us 4.55 over 4. So finally, two values of x are going to be 2.63 and negative 1.13. Remember, these are the values of x, first value and second value. So I can write in the bracket, I will write 2.63 and leave it here, and another bracket, it's going to be negative 1.13. Now we'll find out the value of y. Since the value of y is x plus 2 over 2, x plus 2 over 2 is the value of y. I will write this two different times. First value is going to be 2.63 plus 2 over 2, and second value is y equals negative 1.13 plus 2 over 2. So this is going to give us 4.64 over 2, and this is going to give us negative 4.55 over 2. So finally this is going to give us 2.63, 2.32 actually, 2.32, and second value is going to be negative 1.13. So once the value of x is 2.63, you will get 2.32, and this is going to be negative 1 point, it's 0.44. My bad. Is going to give us 0.87 divided by 2. It's going to give us 0.44. So 0.44 is going to be the value. This is the answer for the last question, and there is no question left. Now it's a wrap up of this exercise 2b. Last exercise of chapter 2 is completely done, and hope to see you once again. Thanks very much for your time that you have taken to watch this video. I request you to kindly share and subscribe for more contents for me to make. And next topic is going to be chapter 10, which is on statistics. Thank you very much once again.